And welcome everybody to Flow Friday. Welcome our Flow engineers. I'm Matt Kesby. I'll be your host, joining you from Bali today rather than our Cebu studio. Pretty excited. We've got a beta release of a new feature today called prompt templates. And prompt templates are extremely important when it comes to maximizing the results when it comes to working with agents. Now, this is a beta release. So there's some more features coming with this as well, but I want to get you started with the concept of prompt templates and being able to build some yourself today. So let's dive right in, and I'll share my screen, and we'll also share our worksheet for today. We'll get that into the chat for everyone. And I'll start out first by just showing you an example of a prompt template and how it works, and then we'll go through the instructions and build it together. So you'll notice there's a new section called prompts. And when you go there, there'll be nothing inside because we'll be building out this first prompt template today. But it's best if we actually have a look at what it looks like so you can understand it. So sometimes when we're engaging with our agents on a regular basis, we're going to want to have very structured information go into those agents. Now, today, prompt templates are not yet connected to the agents. That'll come in a next release, but I think you'll find this feature really useful on its own anyway. So I've got an example here of reels and short script writing from an existing content. And I put generic there so that it's reminding me that we can keep using it again and again. Now, in this particular prompt template, it'll use the problem, solution, call to action format that we often see in marketing. And it'll be done essentially for any business. The idea here is that we can then make sure we get the right structure in the prompt so that we've got the business name, the website, target audience, the backstory, the number of scripts we want the template to run for us, the actual length of the script, and then the call to action. Now, today, what you'll get to see is that building out a form like this or essentially the prompt template, this is all can be done in a no-code approach. So you'll be able to build any form you like. How you going, Ezio? Timeout, he's saying. Have you got no audio, or just open up your mic, Ezio? Am I showing the wrong screen? Is that the issue? That might be the issue. Is that it? Fantastic. Thanks. Let me start again based on that. Thank you, brother. So we've got the new section here called prompts. And when you see it for the first time, it'll come up as empty. I want to show you what it looks like so you get a feel for it. So in the example today, we'll look at reels and short scripts from existing content. It's a very simple one for us to use as a starting point. When we select on that one, here's what it will look like. You get this form that you can fill in. Now, you'll be able to create your own forms, which is really cool about this. If you've ever seen complex prompts out there on the internet before, and you might see people sell like these 1,000 different prompts type of thing. Most of them are not super complex, but once you do get into some additional complexity, you're going to need to put in the custom information. And in this example here, we've got business name, website, target audience, the backstory or core content, which might come from a transcription in this example, the number of scripts you want to have built, and the actual script length itself, and then whatever your call to action is going to be. And so often what happens is when you get into complex prompt engineering, you might end up having this library of different prompts that you keep, and before you know it, you've got a lot to deal with and try and find those. Now we can really simplify that by using this no-code form builder. So you can build your own forms to actually have these prompts. So I'll show you the example that we'll do today. So I'm going to use our people business, which is called Go Team, put in the website there, and the target audience, I'll put SMEs, and the backstory, let's say businesses want to reduce costs and increase revenue using AI powered people outsourcing and digital transformation is the key. Now, it could be a much longer prompt. I'm just doing a very, very short one for this example. You can also take a transcription of a longer conversation and actually put it in here. We'll also be adding the dictation feature here as well, so that you'll be able to just talk in this moment and deliver extra long detail. Let's say number of scripts are 3, and the script length, if we're going for shorts and reels, you've got to keep it in this lower area here. I'm going to select 50 seconds, and then call to action could be something like checkout, and then put in the website, whatever you'd like that call to action to be. Now, with this, then when we run it, it's going to now go and take action upon these. It's going to build out our script 1, script 2, script 3, and it does it in the structured way. Now, we'll be adding the prompt templates themselves to be available in the actual workflows, so that you'll get these human in the loop moments as you go from one agent in the block on to the next agent. You'll actually be able to have the agent will pause. You can add in additional information and then move to the next block. When you start getting to more complex areas, perhaps you're writing some technical documentation. I know recently I needed to put together for our Australian Financial Services license a whole host of really long technical documentation, and it required a lot of reprompting step by step to go through it by getting the key information in. Using things like prompt templates will allow us to, at each step of the way, build out this more complex information and make sure we've got the right content going in, rather than just something that comes from directly from AI. And so today we're going to build out this example. Now, it is in beta, and there is a key feature in here that hasn't been released, but I'll explain that to you as we go along. So let's get roll up the sleeves. Let's get hands on and head on over into your instance. And I'm going to go to a fresh one, and we'll select prompts. Okay, I think someone might have selected all. So if that's you that selected all, just maybe click. There we go. Thanks so much. So part 1, create the prompts. So when we get into this new prompt area, you'll see build new prompt on the right-hand side. So select build new prompt, and that will open up the editor. Now, because it's the first time looking at this, let's just pause for a moment and see what's on the page. So we've got create prompt, and then there's our location to add an icon or emoji, then the name of the prompt, and then a description. So describe what this prompt template is about. So what does this tool do? Now, the reason we put that in there is so that when we come back to reuse these templates, we have an understanding of what it is. And also when others are going to be using them in the organization, you can see that as well. Then there's the form fields. So we're going to build out this form. It's going to build in front of our eyes. And we've got some options for these. So define the fields that the user will interact with. And we support input, text, area, number, and drop down. So input, text area, number, and drop down. And when we select one of these, it's going to put in some base content here that we will then edit. So notice how when I selected input, now I'm just doing the show, you don't have to build it yet. I'm going to come back to that in a sec. But notice how it displayed the label over here on the right-hand side. And so we're going to then, when we want to change the name of that label, we simply type over it. Like, for example, if we said business, we'll notice that that automatically updates on the right-hand side as well. So we're going to be editing this text. And when we do it, it'll automatically update in the no-code form builder on the right-hand side. So when we get into this, we'll be using each one of these, so you get the experience to see what each of these options will do. And then after that is where we build the prompt. Now, the prompt is then often quite detailed, and it's the sort of thing that we will take some time to enter in. I will give spoiler alert. This whole concept will soon actually come where within a short request, it'll build out the entire form for you. Some really radical ideas coming on this one very soon. The other item that, as I say, it's in beta, and there's a key little feature that wasn't released today, but it is coming, is that when you create each of these form items, you'll then get some new buttons below, so that when you're writing your prompt, you can just select the button and it will insert that particular field each of the way through the actual prompting. But today we're going to use some curly brackets. I'll show you how that works in a sec. Now, in addition to this, if you want this particular form, essentially, to go off and browse the internet at points, it can do that as well. So if it needs to do some research along the way, it can do that by turning this on. We'll leave that off for today because we need to do some more testing on it. And then we get down to our permissions, which are private, organization, and public still to come. We will be adding some more permissions soon, which come down to if you want to share this with just specific individuals in your organization, or also if you've got groups or teams of people that this would benefit from. That feature's coming shortly as well. Okay, with that as just our light overview, let's now go into the instructions and let's build this out together. So we're scrolling down our instructions here, and we'll put in the first of our purple text, which is reels and short scripts from existing content, generic. So copy that purple content and place it into the name field. Oops. Okay. Scripts to use the problem solution call to action format. Whoops, I've selected the wrong one. There we go. First one. Okay. Reels and short scripts from existing content, generic. Now, I don't think we've got any instructions. Oh, yes. Let's add an icon. So I'm going to put the movie icon on here because it is to do with scripts. And once you're at this stage that you've got the name in and an icon there, please just pop a 1 in the chat. All right, great progress, Flow engineers. Yeah, the next step is to put the description in. So describe what this prompt template is about. So we're going to go down here and copy the script area. So scripts to use. I think we've got a few of us copying that at the same time. So we're a little bit full with the color. Just click off it once you've done the copy part. And paste that one in. Scripts to use, the problem solution call to action format for any business. And you'll notice that in our no-code form builder, that has been created here on the right-hand side. Fantastic. Oh, Kieran, welcome. So today we're jumping into a new feature, which is our prompt templates. So brand new feature. You won't have seen this one before. It got released late last night and it's still in beta. I'm going to say that. And prompt templates, when we're managing lots of complex prompts over time, we want structure to them. So this no-code prompt template builder will allow you to keep coming back to the prompts that are really useful for you. And then in the near future, in the next release, we'll see that these get inserted into the workflows so that you're able to have more complex workflows where they'll pause for a human in the loop moment to obtain more information from you along the way. Now, as we scroll down to step 3, we're going to now create the form fields area. So we've got these 4 different field types. We've got input, text area, number, and drop down. And so the first option here we're going for is going to be the input. So this one here that says input. Now, I'll just go through this text a little bit slower here. So we select input. So do that one, select input. And notice what's happened here. You've got this text has occurred. It says label, placeholder. What's this field? And then it says dash input. Now, the structure of this is specific, is really important. Okay, so we need to maintain the structure for this form to fill out. But you'll notice it also says label and then what's this field. So what we're going to do from here, and you'll notice that I've color coded these: label, replace with business name, and then what's this field is in orange, and what's this field is orange, replace with, I should put there, enter business name. Oops. Enter business name. Okay, so we'll put the first part in, which is business name. You can type it if you like, or you can copy. So we're replacing label with business name. You'll notice that that will update on the right-hand side. And then we'll replace what's this field with enter business name. So what's this field? Enter business name. Now, I'll just reiterate, it's important to keep this structure. So in the structure, some of the important parts are, after we've updated the label, there can be no other special characters there, otherwise it will break the formatting. So we need to keep that the same. And then you see square brackets, open square brackets, says placeholder equals, and then we must have the next text within the inverted commas. So the computer needs to understand that this is what we're going to display as the text. And then closed square brackets, it's got a space, a dash, space, and input. So that's telling the form that this is going to be an input field. That's how it understands to create it on the right-hand side. Now, the beauty of this being a text-based approach here is actually where later, when we have even these forms automatically built just from a very simple prompt idea, that the AI and the computer are going to be able to handle this really well. Okay, from there, press enter, and we'll add in the next form field. Now, this is also going to be another input. And oops, have I doubled that up? Business name. I've doubled that up. So I'll take that one out. The next one is going to actually be website. So from this label input, replace label with website and replace what's this field with enter website. So input, and we'll put change, select website. See some are already getting far ahead. Well done. That's fantastic. And then what's this field? We'll put in enter website. So we'll replace what's this field with enter website. And then we'll note that it's been built on the right-hand side for us. So the information's there. Press enter to go down to the next line. And we've got the next one is going to be select text area. Oh, forgive me, team. I think we've got that one a little bit mixed up. We're going to change this one to text area. Keep this one as an input field. Input. Make that one text area. Okay. So we've gone from website. Now we're down to target audience. So from the next input, we'll put in target audience. And the what's this field changes to enter target audience. Okay, so now we've got enter target audience, SEO. Is this the format? Yeah, business name, no space, close, open square brackets, placeholders equals enter business name. Yeah, that's correct. SEO, that's correct. Just pause there for a sec. And so pop a 2 in the chat when you've got these 3 fields in this order. So business name, website, target audience. And we're getting our brains working today as we're doing something new. Fantastic. You've got I think I've shared before as my year 8 manual arts teacher, Mr. Malloy, said to me, Kesby, everything's easy when you know how. And I think that's the beauty of joining this incredible group to come together and do the workshop and actually get hands-on and challenge ourselves as we do something new. Now from here, we'll now select text area. So that's the next input type, text area. And you'll notice it says describe, placeholder, what's the field, and then text area is on the end. So for text area, we're going to put in the backstory core content transcription. So we'll replace describe with backstory core content, and then enter backstory content as the description about the field, the placeholder. And then we'll say, yeah, okay, so Ryan's got target audience meant to be text area input. Target audience is just meant to be an input, actually. What we'll notice that, and so for example, the target audience you'd sell to could be something like SMEs. Usually the target audience is a relatively short name. But if you wanted to have more detail about the target audience, like you wanted to put in there your ideal customer profile, then you could have that as a text area and you could put a lot more information about them. That would work as well. David say, mine is confused and blends the two inputs to input website. Are there breaks between rows? There'll need to be an enter between the rows. And at any stage, because it's just text, what I recommend is you just delete out and then you can start again. And if it makes it a bit neater just for your visual, you can put an extra line, like enter, to get a line break between them so it's easier for you to read. That won't impact the form structure. Then the next one we'll go on to is the number. So we're going to put in the number. And we'll replace number with number of scripts. And then the placeholder of what's this field with enter number of scripts. Now, the final input type we'll use, although we've got 2 more of these fields to add to create the form, is the drop down. So select drop down. And we'll notice this one looks a bit different now. It's got a bit more to it. We've got drop down, placeholder, what's this field, the dash drop down, but then at the end, it's got option 1, option 2, option 3. You could have option 4, option 5, option 6. You can keep adding those. It's just important that you've got a comma and a space between each of the options. So let's start by changing the drop down to the word script length in seconds. We'll notice that it says, oops. I've got a little bug in my number of scripts. You go back a sec for mine to number, input number of scripts. Yeah, if hey Jen or Regs, if you're on, we'll just notice that we are picking up the at the end of input number, we're picking that up in our field afterwards. So we do have a little bug there. Okay, so we're going to put in here script length in seconds. Now, when it comes to script lengths, when you're doing reels and shorts, basically you want to go maximum 60 seconds. But in reality, the data is currently showing us that the more effective ones are shorter. Again, not surprising that people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So I've got 30, 45, 50, and 55, especially if you're going to take these scripts and then have some sort of outro image on the end. But I'll put 30, change that option to 40, 50, and 55. And you'll notice here on the drop down that that's already appeared for those options as well. Once you've got through to, and just note that we have a little bug there where it's saying number at the front. So we'll resolve that most likely later today. I'm sure the team will want to jump onto that one. And then the final bit is then the prompt. But before we get to that, just pop what are we up to? A 3 in the chat when you've got this much built out. Well done. You're all progressing really well. As always, these videos get posted online afterwards, so you can go back and run through them and at your own pace as well. All available over on our YouTube channel at AIPoweredPeople. Now, the next bit is about the prompt. And so we've got quite a long prompt here today. And I'll read it out. It says, context, we have business called, and then you'll notice that it has the business name curly brackets. So that is this field that we created, business name. Okay, the one that's here, business name. And by putting it in curly brackets, later on, as it runs the prompt, it pulls that data in to make sure that that information goes into the prompt. This is where we get the real scalability of using things like prompt templates. So you can reuse these great templates, and you can make sure that the key information gets in every single time. Otherwise, when we're using chat or the agents, especially in a flow, that there might be key information that you want to get in every time, but it could get missed because we haven't given enough direction in the actual prompt itself. And as we get into using AI more heavily on a daily basis, you'll start to realize that, we need these reminders to make sure that the critical information gets in. Okay, I'm going to copy that over too, and I'll read it to you from the other screen. So we've got it in here. Okay, so context. We have a business called, and it refers to business name. Now, and then it's got this field in curly brackets. Now, in the upcoming release, which if Regs is on the line, he might even let me know when this will get in. I'm sure it'll be probably even early next week, if not later today. Each of these fields will actually appear down the bottom here as buttons, so that as you're writing your prompt, you'll be able to just select the button and it will put that field in for you. You won't need to write it in curly brackets shortly. And just as an insight, I'll show you what this looks like, because we've actually built this tool we brought it over from one of our other systems. So you'll see how there's buttons down the bottom here: target audience, backstory, number of scripts, script length, call to action, and so forth. That same concept. So whenever we create them in the fields, they'll appear as buttons later on. So that'll come shortly. For today's example, we can use the curly braces. Our target audience is, and then curly braces, brackets, target audience. Now, it is important that our actual content in here matches what we've written above. A target audience, and need to generate traffic for the channel or for our website using Facebook Reels and YouTube Shorts, should be for the channel. And our website is, and it refers to the website that we put in above. Okay. Please act as a professional marketing copy and script writer who is world-class at writing scripts for Facebook Reels and YouTube Shorts. Now, later, when we bring the templates into the flows, the agent that we've selected specifically, you'll have all of its behavior and knowledge behind it to actually execute these. So that's going to get quite powerful, especially when you've got the agent grounded in the knowledge of your organization to be able to pull in all that extra information via RAG, via retrieval augmented generation to make that work. Please act, yep, got that one there. When writing, please use the problem, solution, call to action framework. So it's a marketing framework. And I give the example here. Problem equals where the problem is stated as a hook to entice the viewer to read or watch the video. Please bold the hook. Solution equals where a key concept on how the problem is teased, leaving the reader or viewer to want to know more. Call to action equals an invitation to take the next action, which is, and then there's the actual call to action, whatever we put in place in the call to action. Did I miss that? I've missed that in our prompting above. Okay, we need to add call to action. So back up here to our form field area and select input. And let's put in, change that label to call to action. Okay, so we've got call to action. An invitation to take the next action is call to action. Context. Then the context you have to work with is the backstory and core content transcription, okay, which is what we put in here. Audience, the audience reading or viewing is, and we've got the curly braces for the target audience. And then perspective, so business owner that wants more leads, you can put this type of thing in. This perspective or outcome, these also could be fields if you wanted them to be more flexible. Outcome, create scripts with timestamps and make the first sentence of each script bold in format. The number of scripts to write are number of scripts. And then the length of the scripts needs to be our script length, which is our script length. Now, did I call it script length up above here? I called it script length in seconds. So we need to change that one to be script length in seconds. So that aligns. And then call to action is call to action. Now we can test our work. We can save it. It's always a good idea. Save our changes. It's not published yet, but it is saved. If there's any errors along the way, it'll tell us we've got an error so that we can go back and make adjustments to our content here. And then give it a run. You can use my example or you can use your own. So the example, well, you can test it here before you actually publish it. And so I'm going to do a little test. So I'm just going to go team, www.go.team, target audience, SMEs, and backstory. Businesses want to reduce costs and grow using AI-powered outsourcing and digital transformation. Number of scripts 2. Script length in seconds, 50 seconds, and then call to action. Check out www.go.team. Then you can run it, and then it's useful to do this here now so you can see the result before then you fully publish it for later on, for its usage later on. And so there you go. It's done. It's done what we asked it to do. It's given. Let's let us know that this is a script for Facebook Reels and YouTube's. It's got the timestamps. It's put the first sentence in bold as we asked it to. And it's also delivered that as a hook, which was also what we asked to. Are you a small, medium-sized business struggling with growing your profits? Timestamp. So it's actually calculating how long it would take the reader to speak. So it's giving the pacing as well. Many businesses today face the challenge of rising operational costs while trying to expand. It can feel impossible to keep up with the competition, especially with limited resources. But what if there was a solution that could help you cut costs and drive growth? They are powered outsourcing and digital transformation. You can streamline your processes, harness advanced technology, and unlock your business's full potential without overspending. Check out GoTeam to learn more how you can transform your business today. It's done a pretty good job. Now, this could be a much longer backstory that could come from additional content. Maybe you've had a conversation with someone that's been recorded and thought, wow, that was a really interesting conversation. Let's now take that and convert it into some hooks. So maybe you've got a webinar and so forth. All right. So once we've got that in, let's actually publish this now so we can go and use it. So at the top of the screen, we take it from draft and select publish. Now from there, I don't think we have to save it again. We've just published it. So I'll go back to our prompts area. And there it is. Okay, so you're back in the prompts area. Once you've published it, it's available. And to use it, all you need to do is select the use button. And voila, you've got your own, you just made your own custom prompt template. Yeah, Nina's clapping. Fantastic. Hey, it feels good, doesn't it? Do you feel like a developer now? You've gone and built out your own. You do, don't you? I love it. And we can give it a run. Okay, so if we scroll down, you'll see instructions to give it a run. Now, you don't have to use ours. I'd really encourage you to put your own business in now. Okay, let's get some real outputs. Love to see those. And in fact, I even love to see the outputs you've got over in our Facebook group. So pop those up. Let's share and celebrate everyone's businesses. Maybe you can do some business together. So give it a go. I'm going to give you can, or you can just copy ours that are in here, okay, and put those in. I'm going to just do a different one now. We've got our new. Oh, thanks, nice. You put our link to our Facebook group in there. I'm going to put our interview room AI. So much fun. All right. Who did one for their own business? If you've done one for your own business, pop a one in the chat. Chris did, Ryan did. Cool. Would you be willing to share yours so we can have a look? Chris or Ryan, would you be open to sharing your screen and we'll take a look? Maybe I'll show him now, Chris. We might need to give Jace, if you can help with screen share, or Chris or Ryan, if anyone would be willing to share theirs so we can see your business and the output. If you've done your own business, we'd love to see it. Oh, there you go. You popped it in the chat. Fantastic. Okay. So Ryan's got transform your backyard into a family oasis. 45-second script. Are you tired of watching your family spend time indoors? Oh, that's powerful. Imagine transforming your backyard into a stunning oasis where laughter and joy fill the air. A beautiful swimming pool or spa not only enhances family time, but also creates lasting memories with friends and loved ones. At Endless Pools and Spas, we specialize in creating the perfect outdoor retreat that fits your lifestyle. Whether it's a sleek modern pool or a luxurious spa, we have options that cater to your needs and budgets. Don't wait any longer. Book a site inspection today and take the first step towards creating your dream backyard. Wow. Round of applause. That is sensational. Fantastic. And there's a second script there as well. Fantastic. Chris has an error. Okay, mate, we will be able to help you out. And then I think you've shared after that. All right, see, business name, CBEX. Okay, with that one there. Here's your script. Many retirees face retirement with no idea where to start. It's a common struggle wondering how to navigate this chapter in new life, this new chapter in life. Whoops, where am I? With unpredictable costs and endless options, planning can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. At CBEX, I hope I said that right, Business Solutions, we provided tailored strategies to help you confidently step into retirement. From budgeting to lifestyle adjustments, we ensure you're well equipped for a financial, secure future. Don't let uncertainty hold you back. Contact the team and there's the details, and visit our website, www.cbex.com, to learn how we can help you prepare the retirement you deserve. Fantastic. Tupperware, you've got on the CTA, should I replace what's this field with the full text beginning with enter call to action? Yeah, mainly like one of the reasons to replace that with enter call to action is so that if someone else is using the form, Like it's not you. It's got those instructions of what to do. So I'll share my screen again, and we'll have a look at that together. So I'll go back to our prompt here at the start. And I'm now going to edit mine. So notice that in order to edit, we'll come back to the tile here and we'll select edit. And so to referencing that, enter call to action. So if we just left it as what's this field, and it says here call to action, and it just says what's this field, it may confuse the next member of your team that you share it with. Oh, I've done the wrong screen again. Thanks. Seems like I changed my monitors around and it loves going to that one. Okay, desktop 2. I'll go back a step. So to edit your form, your prompt template, the ellipsis menu here, select it, and then select edit. So once you select edit, you come in. And so we're just referencing here, the question is, should we change this one? Because if it says, what's this field? What happens is over on our no-code form builder here, on the form itself, call to action, what's this field? So we want the description in that particular field to help us take the action. Funny, this one says call to action, but to help us take the action or get the idea of what to do. So the simple way to do this is just put enter call to action. But you might even want to say include phone number and include phone number, include address. If it was a really long one, you'd probably want to change that to a text field so there's more instructions. Could be include special deal. If you want to give people more direction on what to enter into those spaces, or even just remind yourself in the future of what to enter as well. Ryan saying start again. Do you mean from the very beginning or just this section that I did now? Tapwa, I hope I said your name correctly, my friend. So not including the text below it in the instructions. So yeah, it's just this, like the descriptor that you want to have in there to give people guidance on how to fill out this particular area here. So we'll notice that when call to action here is the label, which comes across as the label for the field. And then this gray text we call a placeholder. And so you want to give the placeholder a description that helps the person know what to put into that area there. You got it. Okay, thanks, man. All good, just thank you. Will there be a field to upload the content previously produced? Now, that concept, Chris's question, is going to come into place when we look at things like the workflow. So as it gets more connecting the pieces of the puzzles together, the agents working together need to take into consideration previous content created. So we're not covering that one today because we haven't released that component yet, but in a future session, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And it says, will we have this level of customization when they add buttons instead of scripts? So essentially, if I'm answering the question correctly, this item here, as we say, business name, which refers to the field business name, this will be a button on here so that as you're writing your prompt, rather than having to accurately curly braces and do that form, you'll just click the button and it will insert it for you. It'll still insert it in this format with the button. So the buttons will appear down here, whatever you've created above. And when I say what you've created above, that's these labels here that you see. Each of these labels will appear as buttons. So you can simply insert it as you write. Wow, cool. All right. Now we've got a little bit of housekeeping. We've got Flow Engineer shirts that are being printed at the moment. I think Ezio is our first one to get a Flow Engineer shirt. If anyone would like a Flow Engineer shirt, what I'd encourage you to do is go over into the Facebook group and showcase one of your templates that you've built. So build a template other than this one. And then you do a little Loom video of your output. And, I love it if you're promoting your business as well. We'll definitely really encourage that over in the group. Pop over, put a Loom video over there, and with that, we'll get you a shirt. We'll just need to find out your shirt size and address, which we'll do via direct message afterwards. In addition to that, for everyone who has submitted that they'd like to access the Call You trial, we'll be opening that up to everyone who has put in that request. If you haven't seen the AI phone calling system from an earlier session, worthwhile checking out the video on YouTube about that. So, and if you'd like to learn more, we'd love to be able to help you out with that. Hey, friends, this is just the beginning of so many exciting things coming. I think for some also saw the sneak peek recently with what's coming in intelligent process automations within the Raya platform. Still a number of weeks before we release that fully. Some might notice that I've got this extra little section here called automations. That's when we get into some really detailed work. This is digital transformation in your business, where we'll get into very complex, the ability to take very complex processes in your business and simplify them with AI and automation. And so we'll be getting into a whole new series on this one called Digital Transformation coming up. And I'll even give one other interesting spoiler alert. There's a live event, a 5-day digital transformation event that will be coming up at the end of this year. It'll actually be held in Cebu in the Philippines in our offices in our new AI Innovation Center. And Nina's probably going to look at me and say, has Fee even told you about that? We're only just discussing it. Yesterday, I think it is. So stay in tune for that one as well. If anyone is looking to really expand your learning, we'd encourage you to come over to the Philippines at the end of this year. It'll be the dates are now set. We'll definitely share more information about this. It'll be the 18th to 22nd of November. It'll be 5 half days. And if you've got a team members with Go Team, you'll be able to join your team. But if you want to learn about digital transformation in your business, it's going to be an amazing live in-person event where we go 5 days of digital transformation. Will be heaps of fun. Hey, Ezio, remotely, I've been thinking that we should open it up remotely. I'm sure we will, actually. We'll do it as a hybrid. So, yeah, for those that want to attend remotely, they can. And I'm sure I've got one other thing I meant to share. And it's this. Thursday next week, if you've ever attended one of our AI strategic roadmap sessions, that's now changing to digital transformation. So I'll be giving you every week brand new concepts and ideas in digital transformation. Yes, at times it's going to include the Raya platform, but I'll be actually introducing a whole range of other ideas as well. We're doing some very interesting things at the moment in something called RevOps, so revenue operations. And if you're in the B2B market, I think you'll want to stay tuned for that. It's what the latest SaaS companies are doing to scale up their leads in business. And there's super interesting things. But, our world is moving towards AI, automation, digital transformation. If you want to read a really interesting book, I would recommend you check out Rewired by McKinsey & Co., the McKinsey Guide to Out-Competing in the Age of Digital and AI. excellent read. Now, although that's mainly targeted towards larger businesses, there's lots of really good ideas in there. At a very minimum, getting you prepared for what's coming in the future as well. All right, thanks, Flow Engineers. I hope you've enjoyed today. You've definitely gone and given yourself a new skill set today. You've got the tool set to support you, and clearly the fact that you're here is you've got the mindset. Stephen Covey says, it's all about mindset, skill set, and tool set in this age when it comes to digital transformation and everything that's coming ahead. I should say the late, great Stephen Covey. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. If you've enjoyed today, let us know in the chat. We love hearing from you when you've got benefit in showing up at these sessions. We want to keep giving you lots and lots of great value. For all the Business Blueprint members, you might see that I think next week will be the official sort of end in this series in the Business Blueprint calendar. However, we are continuing on. So you can continue joining each session each Friday and keep upping up those flow engineering skills. We've got so much more to achieve, especially with prompt templates and the AI agents been combining this together. And then we get into the really crazy world of intelligent process automation, and that is going to change your businesses ever. So thanks, everybody. Wishing you a wonderful weekend ahead. Really appreciate you all showing up and building along together. My name is Matt Kesby. Bye for now.